This is Adam Brisbine. I represent the first noocracy, which is the entire scientific community. So I just wanted to express my thoughts on Venus and Mars, and I wanted to throw out my support and give a shout out for NASA's HAVOC, High Altitude Venus Operational Concept. And I think it's a great idea, and it's getting zero funding. And while we are all distracted with Mars, as the world's smartest man, I think that going to Venus is actually where we should be headed. And the idea is to build airships at high altitude, 30 miles above Venus. And we should be attempting to grow plants up there and have a biosphere ready for humans. And what we should do is actually harvest helium-3 on the moon first and have a two-pronged approach, which was my idea today. I know all the smartest people are thinking about harvesting helium-3 on the moon now, and all nations are thinking about going back to the moon for helium-3. Well, it's really hard to get helium from Earth, so if we go there first, we can make power with that, and we can also create helium for our airships. And up there in the clouds, even though it's a battery acid kind of planet that's melting on the ground, we don't have to land on the ground. We will just hang up there in the clouds. And when Mars is negative 81 degrees on average, we will be sitting at a 70-degree temperature in the clouds of Venus. And it's a much more habitable opportunity for human life in our solar system. And as far as everything else goes, yeah, we should still try to head to Mars, but you got to realize 1 out of 3 things that we send to Mars isn't going to make it. So we're going to shoot off to the side of the planet and go too far. It's not easy to hit Mars. It's not easy to hit these planets. Venus is our sister planet. It's closer, and it's not quite so difficult. So a 30-day stay on Venus seems like a good idea to me. You know, if it takes 103 days to get there or whatever, it's a really great idea, and I'm throwing my support behind that. And I think you should too. I think we should get corporate sponsors in on this and make it a global project. We shouldn't be slacking on Venus at all. That's where we should be headed. And, bravo Elon Musk and SpaceX for trying to do Mars. I think digging into the ground is probably the best venture there. If you go under the ground, you don't have to worry about radiation. And you've got your boring company all lined up and everything. That's great. I think we should do both. I think we should do HAVOC, and I think SpaceX should head there in 2025. And let's bring HAVOC into the picture again. Let's actually focus on making these airships in the sky, and we can make cities in the sky. If you want to terraform a planet, try to terraform Venus, because we can get water from those clouds. We can create oxygen, and if we create enough cities, we can actually mask the heat of the sun and maybe cool that planet a little bit. So, I think about terraforming planets, geoengineering, and I think you all should be too.